Let's go. All right, back at it again with another Condensed Go game. This one, a couple years ago, I was 11Q versus a 10Q, so pretty evenly matched. I've skipped way ahead here already to move 81. So I'm playing as white, and it's my move, and this is where we do the big split. So if we just quickly analyze the game, so like I said, we've jumped ahead here quite a bit. Let's see what the computer thinks the score is at right now. So if you analyze the game at this point, it thinks I'm ahead by a fair bit. I definitely have an advantage. I'm up by, it says 18 points. So fair enough. And why is that? Well, we got this bottom right-hand corner. Remember, I'm playing as white. That's all mine. Although, actually, I shouldn't say that. He could jump in there, right? So to say that's all mine, I don't know. That's a bit of a stretch because I think he might be able to throw in there and make a bit of a mess, be a pain in the butt. Also got a little chunk up here. And it looks like I have quite a bit of this left-hand side. And then a nice big swath down at the bottom. Shout out to the word swath. Okay, so erase those and giddy up. Here we go. So where do I play next? Where do you think I play next? He just played here at, what's that, D13. What do you think I do next? Well, let's find out, shall we? Boom, right there. That's the split, that E16. Right there. And why is that a split? Well, now I've separated this group from this group, and I've caused him a lot of pain and heartache and trouble. So I put him into Atari by doing that, right? So he has to play there. And the reason I think I played this, again, this is going back a couple years, so I have to kind of be inside my own head a little bit. Because I have this ladder move, right? If he forces me, which I'll play this out in a second, but you can see if he forces me into a ladder, I just run into my own stones down here, so this guy will be safe no matter what, because I know he's got to play this one E17 to save these two. He's got to play here, which forces me out, and then he can kind of force me into that ladder, but I'm going to hit my own stones, so I'm safe no matter what. And let's just, so he plays there, I play out, and say it becomes something like this, right? Where he's trying to kill me, but again, you just follow all the way down to the right-hand side. That group is going to live, so it's not worth doing that from his perspective. Let me just jump back there. That was move number 82. See if I can find it. Somewhere in there we go. Okay, so moving ahead. What's he do? Forces me out. And this is where, things start to really go south for this guy. So I've split him. He's attacking this group, and fair enough, it's vulnerable. He's, attacking, he's splitting my group into a couple groups here. But I'm doing the same thing. I just keep fighting right back. If you see the white moves. So now, this group up here is totally split on its own, which I think that'll live. He's got a couple spots to put eyes and live. This group is looking a little bit in danger, right? As my white group comes out. And now the great thing about this group is it's totally safe now because it has attached to this group over here, right? A couple eyes over here. So this group, it's not in any danger anymore. And this group of his, so this little group of blackstones, could be in trouble. I mean, he could probably connect through to here, but, we'll see. So, play that out. I jump in there, which is kind of stupid. That was pointless. So now I'm putting pressure on his little group of black stones there in the middle. He's kind of fighting back. But by trying to save this group of black stones here, I'm slowly building out my white group. Remember, this group's totally safe, right? These guys can't be killed off right now because they're attached to this big group over here. So this guy's totally safe, even though I feel like he's trying to attack it a little bit, which is kind of silly. But in extending out here, slowly but surely, and I also have this group over here, I'm starting to encircle this group here, right? And we'll see how that plays out. And in doing this, I'm still also attacking this group. Now that I know my group is safe, I'm putting pressure on this group, so maybe I can kill him off, all right? We'll see. Pushes out, jump ahead a couple here, and look at this. This is still slowly, I'm starting to wrap this group up, right? The rest of the board, fairly straightforward. That's why I skipped ahead. There wasn't anything crazy for the first 80 or so moves. And right here, so yeah, I wonder if he could have played that differently. I wonder if he had played there. It would have forced me up into here. He could have played where he had now. I guess I could still close him off. Is what it is. Anyway. So now, where are we? Move 163. We've jumped ahead another 80 moves. But look at this. This is totally encircled. I don't think this group has a chance, right? I'm going to kill these guys off. And now all of a sudden, I have all... Well, that's actually connected all the way through, right? So this is all one group now, it looks like. This is massive. So I'm just kind of going around the perimeter here to show you. That is all going to be one group, most likely. I did say maybe you could throw in down here and steal some space, but that's a huge group. So technically, at this point, I really only have 2 groups on this whole board, which makes for a very safe territory because everything's connected. There's no groups in threat. It's a nice way to be. No stress. It's just free life. Let's go. What else we got here? I'm just going to bump ahead here. This one goes on for quite a bit, but the rest of it, I think, plays out fairly standardly, in a fairly standard fashion. Maybe I should say that, English. Yeah, so I'm just going to quickly jump ahead a whole bunch and just play this right out. He jumps into the middle here, but he doesn't do a very good job of it, right? Actually, I'm going to go back a bit. When did I save? See, at some point here, I wised up and I threw in an extra stone right there, so that he couldn't steal that territory. But let's just jump right back ahead here. He throws in on this right-hand side, which is, I don't know, it's a lost cause. He's not going to get anything there. And that's it. So that's the end of the game at 266. So that's a long game. But this group is dead. Actually, if we go and use the AI tool and analyze the score at this point, I'm up by 40 some odd points. So that's a huge win, right? Awesome. But let's just quickly turn that off. Back to the board. Here we go. So what ended up happening? This move right here, that's where I really started to steal some space. So I got that whole left-hand side. I had that previously, but now I got all this, right? This is all mine. Connected to this group over here. So that was kind of it, the big split right there at E16. And I guess the lesson of that is, you know, if you see the opportunity, because at that point I knew if I split him there and he tried to put me into the ladder to kill the splitting stone off, it would just go all the way down to that right-hand side and link up here and be totally safe. So there's no risk. And I'd really put him in a bad position if he chose to do that. So when you see those splits and you know they're going to work out in your favor, and maybe it's a case of if it wasn't going to hit my stones, maybe I throw one in the middle in the path of the ladder, so you know that it will hit, so that you know if you're played into that forcing move, you split him and he pushes you into that ladder, you'll be safe because you'll hit your own stone, and you can build up from there. So all that to say, split your opponents if you see the opportunity, because it puts them in a tough spot. Remember, by splitting him, I got this group up here, it lived, but the group down here that he tried to save for a little while, it died, right? And then I got a huge advantage out of that, and the game's in the bag. So anyway, that is it for today's Condensed GO game, and we'll see you in the next one.